So in this session, I'm wanna talk to you guys about using variables in Python. Now in Python, you are gonna dealing with a lot of data, and so a lot of times in our data, we are dealing with all type of informations and data and values, and sometimes that data can be difficult to manage. So in Python, we have this thing called a variable, and it's basically just a container where we can store certain data values, and when we use a variable we put those data values inside containers. It makes a lot of easier for us to work with and manage all of the different data inside of our program. So variables are extremely helpful, and it's sort of like a core topic in Python that you really gonna want to know and master. So in this tutorial I'm gonna teach you guys everything you need to know to get started with variables. We are gonna talk about what the variables are, what are they used, and we're gonna talk about different type of data we are gonna store inside variables. So let's make a project. First, I'm gonna name it variables in Python, and the same environment I'm gonna use. Let's create the project first. So first let's write a little story, and then I will start talking about type of variables in Python. So let's little story, write a little story. So suppose there are 10, okay, 10 students in advanced programming course, and Ahmed is one of those. His student ID is, let's suppose, 202155. Okay, and then next line, print he first took introduction to programming course. Later, Ahmed changed his university, so his student ID also changed. His new student ID is suppose 2021-099, and he paid, for example, he paid 50.75 dollars. What I did, dollars as registration fee, and then close. Okay, so this program is basically just printing some text. So it is actually a little story that I wrote, that I mean there are 10 students in advanced programming course, and Ahmed is one of them. His student, one of those. His student ID is this. His he first took introduction and this kind of thing. So this is a valid Python program, and if I go and run this program, you can see here in the console everything prints out and it looks great. So we have an awesome little Python program here, but and let's say that the inside of this story I want to change the name of the student here. First, the name of the student is Ahmed, but if I want to change the name of the student inside this story, I have to go to each line and I have to change it. For example, let's say Aidan. Okay. So I used Ahmed in this line, then I have to find another one, and then okay, Ahmed is here, then I have to change it manually to Aidan. Okay. And moreover, if I also want to change the student ID, I have to do it manually, line by line. I have to go through all of those lines and I have to change it. So I'm going to have to go through and change the name manually from Ahmed to Aidan at every place inside of this story where it is mentioned. So I'm gonna have to change the name at two places, in the first line and then in the second line also. And if I want to change the roll number as student ID, then I have to do it here and later in the third line. So in order to change the name, I had to manually go and change it in all the places. But for example, here are just three lines. It's easy to do it. But if there are a lot of lines, then I mean, might be there are 100 lines in this program, so you have to go through all of those 100 lines and you have to change it manually. So now if I run the program, you can see that the names in both the lines are changed. So, so you have noticed that in order to make that change, I had to look through the entire program and find where that is. So this is only with the three lines, but imagine if I have a story that is like thousands of lines long and we mention the student name and student ID hundred of times, then we don't have to look through each of those lines and manually change the student name. And that is obviously not a very good way to do this. And it is not a good way to manage the data in our program, like student ID, student name, or fee, or whatever. So we have to use the variables in order to store the student name, student ID, or fee, or other type of data. So the variables make a lot of things easier for us. So I'm gonna show you guys how we can create a variable for the student name, student ID, or fee. So I'm gonna go at the top of this program and I'm gonna write student name and let's change it to Ahmad. If you want, you can write fully Ahmad Sultan. Okay. And if you want, you can also write the student ID, and the ID is, for example, if I want to write the ID as a string, 155. So when we create a variable in the Python, we actually have to give couple of information to the Python. The first piece of information which we need to give to the Python is the name of the variable. In the other languages, when you are initializing or defining a variable, you might have noticed that first you have to define the type of that variable. But in Python, you don't have to do that. That's why Python is so simple. You don't have to care about the type of the variables. Python itself understands the type of the variable. So the first piece of information is actually the name of the variable. So I need to actually assign a name of the variable to this container where we are gonna store the information. So all I have to do is just type out the name of the variable. So I created a variable called student name. So generally when you are creating a name for a variable in Python, you want to separate the different words with an underscore. Like I have two words here, student and name. I am separating them with the underscore. So then what I need to do is to put a variable inside this variable. So basically what I want to do is I can say that equals, and then inside the quotation marks I can type the value. So I define two variables. One is the student name and another one is the student ID, and I gave the value to both of these variables. So what I can do now is I can replace the student name inside this story with these variables. So how I can do that is, first I have to, you can see here that the quotation mark starts here and these are the things which we need to print. So I have to close the quotation mark here. I have to put the variable name here. Instead of item, I have to put the variable name which is student, and then again here starts the quotation marks because the sentence is going on still. Till now it's not completed. What we have to do is we have to insert a plus sign before and after. Why after? Because the sentence is still continuing, so we have to put a plus sign. It means that when this statement will run, this print statement, it will print this sentence till here and then it will, obviously it will say, okay, I have to add the student name. It will get the student name and replace it here, and then it will continue printing the rest of the sentence. So now let's go and see. You can see here that it, in the console, when we run the program, it has printed the name of the student inside the first line, and it replaced the variable name with the student name, that is the value of that variable, Ahmad Sultan. In the same way, if you want to replace this student ID with the variable, what you have to do is you can go out of these quotation marks, you can place a plus sign and then student ID. You can save the program and you can run it. Okay. In the same way, what you can do is go here. You can repeat the same thing again here. Is student name plus, and that's it. And in the same way, can replace the student ID with its variable. So now if you run the program, you can see here it's successfully compiled and executed, and it has replaced the IDs here successfully. So now if we want to change the ID, we just have to change at one place. For example, if we want to change the ID to this one, let's run, save and run the program. You can see here it automatically replaced the ID and updated the student ID at both places. So you don't have to go to all of those lines manually and change it. You can do it by just defining the variables. So now you can see here that I have defined a string variable for student ID also. Why a string variable? Because I have put the value of the student ID inside the quotations. So when you want to print a string inside a print statement, you just need to add the plus sign, write the variable name, and compiler will do it automatically. But it is just for the string. For example, what if I don't want to make this variable a string? I want to make this variable an integer. So now I remove the quotation marks. You can see here that student ID is now an integer. If I place a cursor here, it shows student ID is integer and the value of that integer is 20, 22, 111. So now if I run the program, let's see. Look, it gave an error. It says at line 4 there is an error. Can only concatenate string, not integer to string. So you can concatenate the string with another string with a plus sign, but you cannot concatenate an integer with a string. So what we have to do now? Do you have any idea, guys? Okay, let me tell you how we can solve this issue in Python. So there are different ways of solving this issue. Let's copy this sentence and paste it here again. So here we have to write the name of that student, but here we have to write the integer value, that is the ID of that student. I am gonna move this down so you can see it easily. So instead of concatenating, what I have to do is I can do something like this. I can write std id, okay, inside a bracket, and before that bracket I will place an ampersand sign, and then a d. Okay, after that curly brackets I will place a sign d, and then we will close the quotation marks. So our sentence is complete. But here I have just defined another temporary, you can say, variable. So now I have to tell the compiler that replace this variable with a value. So I have to define the value now. So for defining the value, what I have to do is I have to place another ampersand sign and then these brackets, and inside these brackets I placed a quotation mark, and inside that quotation mark I will use that temporary variable, okay. I place that temporary variable inside that, and then what I have to do is I will say that outside of this quotation I will say that okay, colon, where is colon, replace this value with which value, with student ID value. Okay, so I'm gonna replace this with the student ID, and that's all. Okay, so let me just make it, comment this line. Now if we run the program, what's the issue? Line number 8. I forgot to comment this line because it is also concatenating a integer with the string. So I just commented this line. So let's run it, and you can see that the program successfully executed. So here you can see that it has replaced the ID with the student ID. So this is one of the way where you can define or you can print the integer value inside a print statement of string. So there is another way also. For example, if we go here in this line you can see that there is also a student ID which need to be printed here, and then also there is a fee which this student is paying. So let's define another variable which is called fee, and I defined it as 5075. Okay. So now this is a float value. So Python will automatically understand that this variable contains the float data. So how I can do that? I told you one way of defining printing the integer inside the print statement is this. Now let's use another type of defining the printing the integer value, and that is, for example, copy this sentence and place it here. So what I have to do is I have to print the student ID. So I will place a curly, I will place a bracket here, and then he paid a fee. I placed a bracket for this also here. Okay, as a registration fee. So then we close the quotation mark. So what we have to do is we have to write format, and then we will define the variables which we need to print. So the first is the student ID which we need to print. So I will just copy this variable and I will place it inside the format, and then second is the fee which he is paying. So I will just, after the student ID I will place a comma, and then we will write the fee. So I'm gonna comment this line out so that it does not give an error. Now let's run the program and see. So in the console you can see here that the third line is also printed now. So if you want to concatenate an integer with the string, you cannot use the plus sign. You have to use some other type. But here you can notice that I used, in the first way I used ampersand sign, and then I defined a temporary value and then a d sign. Okay, d means double. Here I don't want to define what type of variable I want to print. I just define that okay, I want to print a data of some variable here and then a data of some variable here. So what I did dot after the quotation marks, I wrote dot and format. What the format will do here, it will go and see okay, student or student ID is a string value. So it will format it according to a string and it will concatenate it with the rest of the string. And then the second is the student ID is the integer, so it will format it accordingly. And then the next is the float, so it will format the fee value accordingly. So you don't have to define whether it's a float or it's a double or integer. Python will automatically do that if you use this dot format function. So this is the second way of defining. So what's the third way of defining the same thing? I mean, not defining, printing the integers or floats inside the print statement is, instead of these brackets you can use the curly brackets, and again I will define a temporary variable student ID, and here I will define a registration fee. But now you can see here, sorry, I wrote wrong, I have to replace this with these brackets. So what I did here, I'm not defining again the type of the variable. Previously I defined the type of the variable with the ampersand sign here. Okay, but here I am using this bracket and then I am just defining a temporary variable. After that I will again use a format sign. Okay, let me go take it down so that you can see it easily. Then in the format I will again define that the first variable is the student ID and it should be replaced with what value, with the value of the student ID. Okay, then comma, then there is another variable, temporary variable in this string, which is reg fee, registration fee. So what I did is I will write reg fee, registration fee, and replace it with the value of the fee, and then close the brackets. So that's it. Now if we save the program and run it, you can see here that it has replaced the student ID and the fee with the values of that variables. There is another way also. For example, what I did is I did D here, but if we want to use the same thing for the float also, we can do that. For example, let's copy this sentence from here. What I will do is I will use the same thing. I will use the ampersand sign and then these brackets std id, and then I am defining that this is a double variable, and then here I will replace it with ampersand sign and then reg fee, and then I am saying it's a float value. So again the sentence is continuing, and at the end of the sentence what we have to do after the closing bracket is we have to define those temporary variables. I'm taking it down so that you can see it easily. Here I will define those stdid, okay, that is equals to student id, and the second one is the reg fee, and that is with the colon and fee. So I save the we have to close the bracket of print statement, and that's it. I save the program, and if we click the run, so now you can see here there is a minute difference in this sentence, in this printed sentence, and this sentence is above this. Okay, the student ID is printed as it is, but the value of that float is, I mean, same, but it has added 4 zeros at the end. Why? Because it's we are defining that this is a float value. So that's why the Python takes this float value up to the 6. That's why it's printing up to the 6 as a default one. 6 decimal places, I mean. But here you can see that it's just printed the same value which we set it here. Okay, so for example, now if we want to change the fee, we can just change the fee value here. It's 39 and save it, and then you can see that it's automatically changed in the rest of the sentences. So this is how the variables are important. So this is how we can store this text as a string. We can store an integer, and we can store the float, and this is how we can print these um, variables in the print statement. So I am deleting these sentences so that you can just see what are the right ones. I am deleting those commented sentences. So we can also store the Boolean variables in Python. So for example, is you can say gender, or not gender. You can say is male, and then you can write true. Or in the same way, you can write male equals false. So if you want, even though you might not need to print these boolean values inside the print statement, but if you want to, how you can do that? For example, I want to delete this thing, and then write a print statement again is the student male, and then if you want to write like this, let's see what will happen. Okay, so we are going to print is the student male, and then here we are concatenating the value of the boolean variable. So let's run it, and it says that code finished without the program, I mean, is not properly executed. Even though it executed all of the lines, what it is doing when it comes to this line, the compiler sees an error. So this gives an error that you cannot concatenate string, I mean this boolean with a string. So what you have to do is, again, you can use all of these three things which I have defined here. One is this thing, I mean these three type of things you can use. For example, let's do this. Place this bracket here. Then right after this quotation mark, write format. And in the format, what you have to do is you have to define the variable name, which is male, and that's it. Let's save this and run, and the program executed successfully, and it's printed that is the student male. It says yes, because the value of the boolean variable is male is true. So in the same way you can use the other type which I have defined. You can use the ampersand sign, then you can define a temporary variable inside that, and then you can I mean you have to define the bool here obviously, and then outside of the quotation marks you will define the values of that variable. So this is how you can use those variables, store the data inside those variables, you can print those variables, and this is how you can place different type of variables in Python. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can email me anytime on jawadrashid@gmail.com. See you guys in next session.